Welcome to the next game in the NBC Strat-O-Matic Game of the Week. And we are in the American League East. That's where most of the action is. Also the American League West. National League's been decided. It's going to be the Expos and the Dodgers winning their divisions. But as we look at the standings in the American League, both East and West, we see we got some interesting things going on here. Milwaukee is in first place ahead of the Orioles by 1 game, and next week it will be Baltimore at Milwaukee in the Game of the Week next week. Red Sox are 3 games back. The Yankees that are playing the Brewers today are 6 games back. They've kind of been fading a little bit. In the West, the Angels lead the White Sox by 2, and actually the Royals have rallied a bit. Thought when they lost to the Yankees the other week that had kind of put a damper on their playoff hopes, but they have come back. They're only 4 games out, so you can't count them out yet either. So a 3-team race in the American League West and also a 3-team race in the American League East. I don't really think the Yankees have much of a chance. I think it's down to Boston, Baltimore, and Milwaukee to try to win that Eastern Division. But today we're at County Stadium, and the same thing for next Saturday. We'll be at County Stadium as well, as the Brewers and Orioles will go at it. But today it's the Brewers and the Yankees. This game was played on September the 18th, 1982. Of course, this is posting on September 18th, 2021. Starting pitchers for today's game for the Brewers, Bob Mcclure, a lefty, 12-7, 4.22 ERA. For the Yankees, right-hander Jay Howell. He was 2-3 in 6 starts, but an ERA of 7.71. So not very good. The advantage seems to go to the Brewers, at least on paper. But that's why you roll the games. Let's look at the lineups. For the Yankees, Randolph, Mumphrey, Griffey, Winfield, Piniella, Steve Balboni, Greg Nettles, Rick Cerone, and Andre Robertson complete the lineup. For the Brewers, Molitor, Yount, Cooper, Simmons, Ogilvy, Thomas, Roy Howell, Charlie Moore, and Jim Gantner. County Stadium, singles 1-10 for both lefties and righties. Home runs only 1-2. So advantage to the pitchers as far as the ballpark effects go. We'll see if that holds up the rest of the way. All right, so we are ready to go here at County Stadium in Milwaukee. Bob Mcclure, the lefty, kind of a starter/reliever, but he's getting the start today. His fatigue is a 7, so if he's effective, he can go quite a few innings. Let's look at the pitcher-catcher base running matchup. First for the Brewers, Mcclure is a -6 hold rating. Charlie Moore is a -3. Simmons is a +2 arm. Aggregate makes that a -4. So Bob Mcclure and the Brewers can help hold the running game by a -4. For the Yankees, that's for some reason I didn't write that in there. Jay Howell is a 0. Rick Cerone is a 0. So maybe that's why I don't have it written down there, because it's neutral. It's 0. So they won't affect the running game at all. They won't help it. They won't hurt it. But we'll see how it plays out. Yankees trying to be spoilers and try to cling to their last gasp of playoff contention, as they are 6 games back here on September the 18th rather. And let's see, they've played, they're 77-70. It's 147 games, so 15 games left for the Yankees. And if they can win this one with 14 games left, they'll be 5 out. But it's still, you're trying to climb 4 teams, so probably not going to happen for the Yankees here in 1982, but they can be a spoiler, perhaps. And the Red Sox and Orioles are looking on as Yankee fans, as unusual as that sounds, but they're doing that today. All right, Willie Randolph's going to lead things off against Bob Mcclure. Game of the Week, September 18th, is underway. Milwaukee won the real game 6-4. Mcclure delivers, and we got a 110 for Randolph. That's a single. No clutch to worry about with nobody out. So it's a leadoff single for for Willie Randolph. And again, the run rating is a -4, or the hold rating -4. Being held makes him -2, makes him -6. So even if he gets the jump, it's only going to be a 1-9. So I think they're going to keep Randolph where he is. He is going to be held, but they're going to hold him right where he is. Now, by holding him, Jerry Mumphrey becomes a B hit and run hitter. So they're going to call for the hit and run. And we'll see how that plays out. If it goes to the batter card, then we'll go to the hit and run chart. If it goes to the pitcher card, then we just do a regular result off the pitcher card. First things first, though, is the strategy roll for Mcclure. Nothing is happening. All right, Mcclure to Mumphrey. We get a 3-8. So let's look at the super advanced hit and run chart. And we already determined that he was a B because he's a C, but by holding the runner makes him a B. B, and it says here, hit and run chart. Here we go. Okay, so we get an 8, and he's a B. So that's a ground ball, second base C. So the runner is going to advance on a ground ball. Really didn't need the white die, I guess. Make sure I'm not doing that right because I don't. The single die is 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the white die just determines which way it goes. It's the blue die or the two color die that tell you where are on here. You can tell I don't do a whole lot of hit and running in Strat-O-Matic, but that one just seemed to make sense given the circumstances. It acted pretty much like a sacrifice bunt. 4-3 ground out, ground ball C, runner advances. Randolph at second with 1 out for Ken Griffey. Strategy roll, nothing happening for Mcclure. Griffey lefty on lefty against Mcclure. Randolph again being held at second. We get a 6-9 against Mcclure. Lefty struck him out. Big strikeout there for Bob Mcclure. And now you got a decision to make if you are the Brewers. Do you walk Dave Winfield? First base is open. You got Lou Piniella on deck, but in all deference to Lou Piniella, he is no Dave Winfield. Although Piniella did hit 307, so wow, that makes it tough. Winfield's the bigger threat against the lefty with all these home runs in column 3. Boy, you know what? They're going to walk Winfield because Winfield just has left-handers for lunch. So they are going to intentionally walk Winfield. It could be a mistake. Lou Piniella kind of giving a smirk over there. Okay, you want to walk Winfield and pitch to me? Go right ahead. So here comes Mcclure to Piniella, and second guessers are out there already questioning that move, but we'll see if it pays off or not. Mcclure 5-6 struck him out, so I guess the move paid off. Although a 5-6 would have struck out Winfield too, but as it turned out. But the end result was that they get out of the inning with no damage done, so I guess if you want to look at it that way, it worked. So for the Yankees, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 left. Bottom of the first, Yankees nothing. Brew Crew coming to bat, and Jay Howell, who would later go on to be a decent relief pitcher for the A's and the Dodgers. But he started his career with the Yankees as a starter. And he's going to face Paul Molitor, Robin Yount, and Cecil Cooper and Ted Simmons. 3 of the first 4 are Hall of Famers. So here's Paul Molitor. Howell to Molitor, 212. Split chance, 1-10 is a single. That is a 9. So Paul Molitor, a leadoff single. Now, again, the pitcher-catcher hold rating is a 0. So Molitor can get a jump. He would be a 1-17 to steal. So he's definitely looking to get the jump. 2 through 5 or a 12 will acquire that jump. Nope, cannot do it. Now, it could be a 13. You lose 4 on the secondary, so that'll make him a 9. So I think without getting the jump, they're going to hold him there. That'll bring up Robin Yount. Yount not going to bunt, not going to hit and run. We tried that last time, but I think with the Brew Crew, you're not going to hit and run. They're just Harvey wallbangers for a reason. And they're going to let him swing away against Jay Howell. 2-8. And this one actually cost him. Ground ball to the pitcher, and that is a 1-4-3 double play. So playing for the big inning, and you get a big double play. Oh well, them's the breaks, as they say. Cecil Cooper, 6-6 against a lefty. That's a 2-out walk to Cecil Cooper. Keeps the inning going. Cooper will not be held at first base as he does not run well whatsoever. He did steal 2 bases, but got caught 3 times, so keep him right where he is. He will not be held. Ted Simmons, recent Hall of Famer, is up against Jay Howell. 6-8, switch hitter batting left, 6-8. It's a single 2 stars, so boy, how big was that double play? Now the Brewers have runners at the corners with 2 down. Without that double play, there'd be runs on the board already. Jay Howell can still pitch out of this if he can get Ben Ogilvy. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Neither one of them are being held. Howell 110 to Ogilvy. That's a walk, so it's going to load the bases. So how about that? 2 hits and 2 walks, and still no runs scored because of the double play. It is bases loaded. Bases loaded. And 2 away for Stormin Gorman Thomas. And look at his column 1. He's got tons of home runs in the 82 season. Gorman Thomas did hit 39 homers. That's why he's got those results there in that column 1. So if he gets a column 1, Jay Howell could be in trouble. And he got a column 1, but it's a 1-8. 1-8 is a single 1 to 2. Anything else is a liner to short. That's a 4. And so Jay Howell pitches out of trouble. The Brewers leave them loaded. And we played 1 here at County Stadium. No score. And both offenses have to feel like they left something out there on the bases. So now bring up Steve Bye-Bye Balboni against Bob Mcclure. And Balboni got that nickname Bye-Bye for a good reason. He could hit the long ball. He also struck out quite a bit, but kind of a Dave Kingman type deal. Mcclure to Balboni. 6-8 would go off Mcclure's card. 6-8 struck him out. So Bye-Bye goes Bye-Bye. 1 down. And that brings up Greg Nettles. He got dropped to the 7th spot because of the lefty. Mcclure to Nettles, 4-7. And that's a 1-out walk to Greg Nettles. He will not be held. So no worries there. Catcher Rick Cerrone, number 8 hitter, is stepping to the plate against Mcclure. 2-7. And that is a fly to center. 2 down. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Andre Robertson. 2 is a chance for a balk or a pass ball. Now, he does have a 11 balk rating. And we are checking balks. So 1 to 11, McClure is going to balk. If it's a 20, he does not balk. So here is Robertson against McClure. 3-5 for Robertson. Struck him out. So McClure pitches around the 1-out walk. And the Yankees are turned away. Go to the bottom of the 2nd, still no score. And DH, Roy Howell. So it's Jay Howell facing Roy Howell. The only thing we're missing now is Thurston Howell and Lovey. But right now, Howell versus Howell. And I don't know if they're very lovey-dovey, but 5-7, we go off Jay Howell's card. 5-7 is a 1 to 5 single. That's a 3. So Roy Howell gets the single off of Jay Howell. Roy Howell will not be held. So no problems there. That brings up Charlie Moore. Havoc roll for Jay Howell. Nothing happening. Howell to Moore. 5-5, and that's trouble for Jay Howell. 1 to 7 is a triple. 8 to 20 is a double. That's a double for Charlie Moore. Now Roy Howell runs at a 12. He was not being held, makes him a 13. The double is assumed to go to center. It's assumed to go to center field. And the center fielder arm is a +1 for Mumphrey, makes him a 14. But with nobody out, I don't think you want to take a chance. They're going to hold him at third base. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out. And Jim Gantner, the batter. Yankees will play. They're going to play the infield back. They got to figure they're going to score some runs, so they don't want to get. They're trying to limit the inning, limit the damage maybe to 1 run. So they'll allow the run to get the out. They need outs. Howell to Gantner. Oops, that's a Suidice. We'll re-roll that. 2-9 for Gantner against a righty. That's a fly ball, left field B. Possible sacrifice fly. Left fielder for the Yankees is Winfield, though. He's a -5 arm. So I think that's going to put the kibosh on that. They're just going to hold Howell at third base. That was not deep enough, not with the arm that Winfield has. So 1 away. Back to the top of the order for Molitor. Now all of a sudden with 1 out, the Yankees now bring the infield in. So they'll bring the infield in against Paul Molitor. 1-6 from Molitor, struck him out. So how about that? Jay Howell might be able to get out of this. They had 2nd and 3rd and nobody out, and a short fly ball and a strikeout later. We're down to 2 outs. Robin Yount, the batter. Howell to Yount. And you can't walk Yount intentionally because you got Cooper on deck. So got to pitch to Yount. He did hit into a double play his last time. 2-6, and he does it again. Ground ball to third. It's not a double play. Could have been, but it's not. It's just going to be a, well, actually, there's no force play, so it's just a 6-3 grounder to end the inning. And boy, talk about a Houdini act. Jay Howell just did it. Second and third, nobody out, and he gets out of it. So go to the third, no score. And it seems like the way the pitchers have been not so effective that the game should be about 4-3 right now instead of 0-0. But that's what we got. We got goose eggs. So here is Willie Randolph. He had a leadoff single his first time up against Mcclure. 6-5. Oh, that's an in-home run chance. Willie Randolph, though, against lefties is weak power. So no home run chance. The one is going to be only a single. So Willie Randolph, since he didn't have the power, no power for Randolph. He had 3 home runs on the season, but couldn't get anything off of the other card because he has weak power. In fact, the only way Randolph can hit a home run, period, is on the 1-8 result. The partial numbers on the 1-8. That's the only way he can get a home run. He cannot get a home run any other way because he has the weak power. So, all right, so it's a leadoff single, and again, Randolph will be held but won't try to go anywhere. Mumphrey against Mcclure, 3-6. Struck him out. So Mcclure with the strikeout, 1 away. Brings up Ken Griffey. Lefty on lefty. McClure to Griffey. Struck him out the first time. 6-7. Struck him out again. So back-to-back strikeouts, but still got to deal with Dave Winfield, who he intentionally walked his first time up. Not going to do that this time, obviously. So Winfield will get the hack. McClure 1-8 to Winfield against a lefty. That is a, I'm sorry, it's over here. 1-8 is a ground ball to third to end the inning. It's going to actually be a 5-4 fielder's choice, as it would have been a double play otherwise. So that's going to end the inning. McClure hasn't been pretty, but he's 3 shutout innings. That's all that matters. And talk about not being pretty. Jay Howell, 2 shutout innings, but he has been avoiding the trouble spots pretty well. Here's Cecil Cooper, 6-7, and that's a 1 for a double. Anything else is a single. So Cecil Cooper, a leadoff single. He will not be held. That'll bring up Ted Simmons. Simmons against Howell, 2-10. That's a ballpark single check. 1-10. That's a 16 though. So as a switch hitter batting left, that's going to be a pop out to second base. So 1 down, and that'll bring up Ben Ogilvy. Howell, nothing there. Here's Ogilvy. 2-12 for Ogilvy. That's a ground ball, second base B. Second base B. So that will be a fielder's choice, 4-6. The infield was not in, so the plus doesn't come into play. So it is a fielder's choice, 4-6. As Randolph throws to Robertson for the force. Ogilvy, the new runner at first. He will not be held either. And that brings up Gorman Thomas. Storman Gorman lined to short his first time up. 5-9 against Howell. Struck him out. So Jay Howell, 3 shutout innings despite his 7.71 ERA on the season. He has thrown 3 shutout frames. Go to the fourth, no score here on the game of the week. It is overcast with a little bit of bad weather, so maybe that's causing that. I don't know. Lights are on. All right, here is Mcclure to Piniella. Struck out his first time, 1-10, and that's a fly ball to right field for 1 away. Hauled in by Charlie Moore. That brings up Bye-Bye Balboni. He went bye-bye last time with a strikeout. 1-10, and not this time. That's going to be a triple for Bye-Bye Balboni. 1-10 is a triple on a 1-19. Balboni did have 1 triple on the season. He just got it. So Bye-Bye Balboni legs out a triple. Probably should have been a double and an error, but the official score has called it a triple, much to the dismay of Mcclure, but that's just what it is. With the infield in, when the infield is not going to come in with a runner at third, only 1 out. So Mcclure to Nettles with the infield in, trying to choke that run. 5-7. And that's a ground ball second base X. Second baseman for the Brewers is Gantner. He's a 2E17. 2 and a 2. That's going to get through for a base hit, I do believe, although that is a 5 for a rare play. 2 and a 2 is an SI1, but look at the rare play. With the run on first base, oh, here it is right here, SI1 rare play because we got the 5. With the runner on first base, the batter hits a line drive which hits the runner. The runner is called on first, is called out. Batter goes to first on a single. So how about that? It's a base hit. Oh, nobody's on first. My bad. Nobody's on first. It is a base hit. I was thinking Balbone's on first. I don't know why. All right, it's a base hit. Don't need the rare play. Base hit, RBI single for Greg Nettles. And the Yankees strike first. 1-0 lead for the Yanks. The Pinstripers, Bronx Bombers. Rick Cerrone steps to the plate. 6-6 against Mcclure. That's damage. 1 for a triple, but anything else is a single, 2 stars. So Nettles will take third. Runners are at the corners. Only 1 out. And now you have a decision to make. Do you play for a double play or do you play the infield in? I think they're going to play the infield in because you can't count on that double play. They've already had 1 run score. They got to choke that second run off. So Mcclure to Robertson. 3-6. 3-6. Oh, that infield in. 3-7 would have been a base hit. 3-6 as it is a fly to center with a possible sacrifice fly. Gorman Thomas, though, is a -2. Nettles, his run rating is an 11. So -2 there is a 9. You add 2, makes him back to an 11. So 1 to 11 he scores. Anything else he has to hold. Boy, what do you do there? It's only about a 55% chance that he's going to score. But if you don't send him, then you depend on Willie Randolph, who is 2 for 2, to get another hit. You know what? I just don't feel lucky about the D20. They're going to hold him. So it's fly to center for out number 2. I just don't feel lucky about that. I think the better chance is Randolph because he's gotten 2 hits already. So runners on the corners, 2 down, Mcclure. Well, it's a 2. Chance he might balk in a run. It's a 6. 6 means that we're going to a pass ball check on Ted Simmons. He's a pass ball rating of 2. No pass ball. So Randolph will swing. 3-7 for Randolph. Ground ball shortstop. And that's going to end the inning. They're not in, so that's going to end up being a 6-4 fielder's choice. So maybe I should have sent him on the sacrifice fly chance, but you never know how the dice are going to roll. Yankees do get a run, though, and they lead it 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Probably should have sent him on that sacrifice fly chance. I was probably a little bit not gutsy enough, maybe. I don't know. I just don't trust this green D20. I've had bad history with that. All right, here we go. Howell versus Howell again. 3-10 for Roy, and that's a 1 for a home run. Anything else, it's a fly to left. So this time, Jay Howell gets the better end. And 1 away. Here's Charlie Moore. 5-8. Ground ball second base X. That is Randolph. He's a 2E17. 2 and an 18 is good all day. E17 and a 9 for a second baseman. There is no 9. It's a good play for Willie Randolph. And there's 2 away. So 2 down. And it brings up the number 9 hitter, Jim Gantner. 5-10. Catcher X. Catcher is Cerrone. He's a 2E4. 2 and a 7 for a catcher. Should be relatively simple. 2 and a 7 is a P/B. That is a 13. And he is an E. He is an E4 on a 13 for a catcher. There is no 13. P/P says over here with nobody, there's no runner on base. So instead, it's just a pop out. Could have been a potential pass ball, but nobody on base. It's just a pop out to Cerrone. And how about that? Jay Howell, 4 shutout innings on the Brew Crew. Wasn't expecting that at all. All right, so Mcclure back out. Will face Mumphrey, Griffey, and Winfield. Heart of the order for the Yankees. They lead at 1-0 here in the 5th. 4-8. switch hitter Mumphrey batting right-handed. 4-8 is a walk. Leadoff walk to Mumphrey. Mumphrey will be held. He will not try to go anywhere. Here is Ken Griffey. Nothing happening. Mcclure, 3-8. Griffey, lefty on lefty, is a single, 2 stars. So how about that? The Yanks came to play. Runners are on the corners with nobody out for Dave Winfield. Now this one, the Brewers will play double play depth because they need outs in the worst way. Even if it costs them a run, they trust their offense to come back and score runs. They just want to avoid a big inning. They want to give up 1 run, not a bunch. That's a 1 though, so it's possible wild pitch. McClure's wild pitch rating is a 6. And he does commit the wild pitch. That will score the run. Mumphrey will come in to score on the wild pitch, and Griffey will take second base. So it's 2-0 Yankees. And we'll try it again here. Griffey is being held at second base. Pitch to Winfield. 3-11 against the lefty. 1-2 is a triple, but that's a fly to right field B. So that's 1 away. 1 down, and that's going to send it to... That's going to send it to Sweet Lou. Nothing happening there. Mcclure to Piniella. 4-7 against a right-hander. 1-11 is a single. That's a 7. Single 1 star puts runners at the corners again. And the Brewer bullpen may have to start doing something here. Piniella will be held. And here's Bye-Bye Balboni, who amazingly hit that triple his last time up. They're playing the infield for double play depth. 5-8 struck him out. Didn't need the double play. They got this out on the strikeout for 2 outs. And now that brings up Greg Nettles. So if he can get out of this with 1 run, Mcclure will be pretty happy. Nothing there. Lefty on lefty to Nettles, although Nettles did single his last time up. RBI single, as a matter of fact. 1-10. Ballpark single chance. 1-10. That's a 9. So there you go. Another single for Nettles. Despite being dropped to the number 7 hole, he comes up with his second RBI single. Yankees now lead it 3-0 over the Brewers. And let's see, 1 star, so Piniella only can go to second base. So runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the bullpen again loosening for the Brewers. Mcclure trying to get out of the inning facing Rick Cerrone. 6-9, ground ball to third. That'll be we'll call it a 5-4 fielder's choice to end the inning. Yankees pick up 2 and lead it 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 5th. And this is the fatigue inning for Jay Howell. So if the Yankees can get 5 shutout innings out of Howell, they'll be ecstatic. It's Paul Mahler. It's about time for the Brew Crew to start cashing in on some of these hits they've had. 2-3 for Mahler. Ground ball to first. And since it's a C, we'll call it a 3-1 ground out as Balboni flips to Howell covering. 1 down. Here's Robin Yount. 3-2 for Yount. That's a low max. Nobody else is on base. It's just a liner to third. So 2 down for Cecil Cooper. 6-6 to a lefty is a walk. So 2-out walk to Cecil Cooper. He will not be held. And here is Ted Simmons. Simmons the switch hitter. 5-5. 1-3 is a triple. 4-20 is a double. That's a double. And Cooper may try to score here because he was not being held. He's a 14. That not being held makes him a 15. There are 2 outs, makes it a 17. I'm sorry, a 16. And let's see here. No, 17, my bad. I'm getting inside pitch and Strat-O-Matic confused. You get a +2 on that. So that makes him a 1-17. And the double was assumed to go to center field. So center fielder arm, Mumphrey's another +1, makes him an 18. 1-18 to score him. And in fact, they're going to go ahead and let him score and hold Simmons at second base. So Simmons will be held at second base as they cut the throw. Brewers lead it, or not lead it, but they get on the board, cut the lead to 3-1. Simmons will not be held at second base. Here's Ogilvy. 4-5. Howell against a left-hander. 4-5 is a fly to right, and that's going to end the inning. So, Brewers get on the board, cut the lead to 3-1. We go to the 6th. And before we go to the 6th, now time to present the benches and bullpen for both teams since we're getting to that time. For the Yankees, on their bench, they have 3 left-handed hitters. And not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 switch hitters because of the expanded rosters in September. Left-handers on the bench, John Mayberry, Bobby Mercer, and Oscar Gamble. Switch hitters on the bench, Lee Mazzilli, Roy Smalley, Dave Collins, and Butch Weiniger. And their one right-hander is backup catcher Barry Foote, and I had to print a card for him because he only had 40 at-bats and was not carded by Strat. So that's what's on the bench for the Yankees. In their bullpen for the Yankees, look at their bullpen. They have 2 lefties in the pen. They have Shane Rawley and Rudy May. And they have 3 right-handers. They have Roger Erickson, George Frazier, and Goose Gossage. So that's who's available for the Yankees off the bench and the bullpens. For the Brewers on their bench, they have 1 left-handed hitter on the bench. That's Marshall Edwards. They have 5 righties. They have Rob Piccolo, Ed Romero, Don Money, Mark Brewer, and backup catcher Ned Yost. Bullpen for the Brewers. They have a couple of lefties. They have Jerry Augustine and Jamie Easterly. Again, I had to print his card on the computer because he only had 31 innings pitched. And they have 4 right-handers. They have Moose Haas, Jim Slayton, Dwight Bernard, and Raleigh Fingers. So those are the available bench and bullpen players for both teams, so you know who I've got to choose from. Right now, let's check Mcclure. They're going to go ahead and let him continue as he's going to face the number 9 hitter, Andre Robertson. Mcclure, 1-7 to Robertson, pops it up to first. Cooper is there. 1 away, and we go to top of the order, Willie Randolph. 3-12 for Randolph. He grounds it to Yount. 2 quick outs to Mcclure. Much better start here in the 6th, getting a clean inning. Here's Mumphrey. 3-7, and it's a ground ball to short. So it's the first 1-2-3 inning for Mcclure in the whole game. First time he's gone 1-2-3 through the order. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, still 3-1 Yankees. And now Jay Howell he had 2 notches against his point of weakness, so he's on the verge of being tired. Bullpen is loosening for the Yankees, as they do have, let's see what they've got loosening down there. They do have Rudy May, a lefty. So Rudy May, the lefty, is loosening in the Yankee bullpen. Right now, Jay Howell facing Gorman Thomas. 4-4, ground ball third base X. That's Nettles. He's a 3-E35. 3 and a 5. That may get through for a base hit. 3 and a 5. No, it does not. It's 3 and a 4 would have been a hit. 3 and a 5 is not a hit. It's a G3 pound sign. And let's see, the totals on the D6 is 11. He's an E35. E35, but unfortunately for Mr. Nettles, an E35 and 11 is right there as an E1. So 1 base error on Nettles. First error of the game for the Yankees. They didn't make any errors in the real game, but they make one right here as Nettles boots it. Can't blame Howell on that one. Should have had it. Gorman Thomas is at first base. He will not be held. And that'll bring up Roy Howell. So again, the third meeting between the Howells. First one won by Roy when he singled. Second one was won by Jay when he got the fly out. Easier for me to say. And now here's a rubber match between the Howells. Maybe this one will go to Thurston. 4-5. Fly ball to right, so Jay Howell gets the better of him there, winning 2 out of 3 battles against Roy Howell. 1 down for Charlie Moore. Nothing on the Havoc. Howell to Moore. 5-4, and that's a walk. So now 1 more base runner, and Jay Howell will be tired. They're going to let him pitch to Gantner, but this might be his last batter right here. See what he does with Gantner. 1-11. That's a ballpark single. That's a 5. Ballpark singles at 10, so that's going to load the bases, and that's going to be it for Jay Howell. He will leave. Bases are loaded, and 1 out. And they may not go to Rudy May. I think they're going to go to a right-hander now that the right-handers are up there. Plus Rudy May, pretty much, was a starting pitcher too. You want to start him with a clean inning if possible. So the Yankees will bring in George Frazier. They want somebody that's used to coming in with people on base. George Frazier is used to that. 4-4, 3.47 ERA and 1 save. Jay Howell, though, gave them everything they could hopefully ask for and puts them in a position to try to win this game, relying on their bullpen. 1 out and the bases are loaded. The infield is playing for the double play. Nothing on the Havoc. Frazier to Mahler. 3-6. Single to right field. There is a clutch there, but there are not 2 outs. The clutch only comes in when there are 2 outs in the base and the runner on base in scoring position. But this is a straight single that will stand. Single to right field. Gorman Thomas will score. Cuts the lead to 3-2. Charlie Moore, as a trailing runner, was not held, so that makes him a 15. Griffey's a +1, makes it a 16. 16, they're going to send him. And the Yankees are not going to cut the throw, so that means Gantner is going to go to third on this, and Malter is going to take second. Or do the Yankees concede the run? Boy, if you throw through, then you got runners at second, third. You know what? They're gonna concede the run to Charlie Moore because they don't want those other runners moving up. So 2-run single for Paul Molitor has tied the game at 3. And unfortunately for Mr. Howell, he can't win it. In fact, he could actually lose it if Gantner scores and the Brewers hold on and win the game. So right now, Robin Yount against Frazier. Infield looking for the double play ball. 5-5. Struck him out. It wasn't 5-6 would have been a double play. 5-5 is a strikeout. So there's 2 down. And that brings up Cooper. They could walk Cooper and pitch to Simmons, but it's pick your poison time with those. So they'll go ahead and pitch to Cooper carefully, I guess. 6-8. That's not careful enough. 6-8 is a single to right field. And this may score 2. This could, no, actually they won't score 2. They'll score the 1, Gantner, most likely. Not guaranteed though, is it? So let's see, before I put that run in there, let me recalculate. 6, I was thinking the runners were on second and third instead of first and second. That's because I let the run go through. All right, so Gantner runs at a 13. Was he being held? Let's check his run rating. Yes, he was being held, so that makes him a 12. And there are 2 outs, that makes him a 14. Griffey's a +1, makes him a 15. So they're going to send the runner, and they will throw through this time. It'll be a 15. That means that Milder will take third, and Cooper will take second on the throw. But is he going to be out? It's going to end up being a 1-15 to score him. And it does. So he scores, and Cooper takes second on the throw. And Molitor takes third on the throw. So second and third with 2 down now on the single by Cooper. And the Brewers now lead it 4-3. And that means Jay Howell is on the hook for the loss right now. Ted Simmons, the batter. Do you pitch to Simmons? I think you have to because Ogilvy's right behind him. So really not much of an option to pitch around here in this lineup. Frazier to Simmons, 3-9. Ground ball to second finally ends the inning. But 3 spot for the Brewers, and at the end of 6, it's Milwaukee 4 and the Yankees 3. And maybe we should have pulled Jay Howell a little bit earlier. I don't know, but certainly Frazier didn't help his cause. But that error by Nettles really sparked it because some of these runs came through with only 1 out when there were already 2 outs and the inning should have been over. All right, so now Mcclure all of a sudden is in position to win the game. He's facing Ken Griffey. This is his weakness inning. Keep an eye on him. 6-4, lefty on lefty. Ballpark single check, but that's a 17. So Griffey will just pop it to second base. 1 down for Mr. Winfield. So if the Yankees are going to do anything, it's up to Winfield to get it done, apparently. 4-5, and he won't. It's a fly to right. 2 down for Sweet Lou. 4-7. 1-11 is a single. That will be a 2-out single for Lou Piniella. Keeps the inning going. He will not be held. But here's Balboni. If Balboni gets into one, then the Yankees would take the lead. Mcclure to Balboni. 6-10. 6-10 is a ballpark single check. That's a 1. It will be a single for Balboni. It's a 1-star advance, so Piniella will go to second base. So runners are at first and second with 2 outs for Greg Nettles. Lefty on lefty against Mcclure. Mcclure 1 base runner away from being fatigued. It is a lefty on lefty matchup, however. Greg Nettles is 2 for 2. So let's see. They're going to see if Mcclure can finally get him this time. Going to trust Mcclure for one more batter. 5-5. Ground ball shortstop X. Nobody's being held, so Yount will have the full 1E26. 1 and an 8. 1 and an 8 is a G1. And let's see, that is a 13. And he's an E26. E26 there is a 12. E26 has a 12, but no 13. So good play. Good play all the way around, and they're going to call it a 6-4 because it would have been a double play otherwise if there were less than 2 outs. So we'll call it 6-4 fielder's choice as they retire the slow-moving Balboni who doesn't even slide. Wasn't even close enough to slide there. So that may do it for Mcclure. He goes 7 innings. In fact, it will do it for Mcclure. He goes 7 innings, gives up 3 runs, and he is in position to get the win. For the Yankees, Rudy May will now be coming on. Lefty reliever, sometimes starter, sometimes reliever. 6-6, 2.89 ERA, 6 starts and 3 saves. So Rudy May is on to face the lefty Ben Ogilvie. It'll be Ogilvie, Thomas, and Roy Howell, although we might get a pinch hitter for Roy Howell now that a lefty is in the game. Most likely we will, probably Don Money. Shall see. Rudy May to Ogilvie. 7th inning stretch. Let me go ahead and stand up and stretch for a couple seconds. Since it is a 7th inning stretch, why not? Let's see about getting that done. And let's see, now that I'm up here, let me look through this phone. Looks like the cards might be a little far away, so let's maybe zoom in just a touch. Hopefully you can read the cards better this way. I think the score sheet still will show up fairly well. Just might need to move the dice tray over a bit. But I think hopefully that helps a little bit better now. Shall see. And we are ready to go. Ben Ogilvie, Rudy May. 1-5 for Ogilvie, struck him out. So Rudy May gets the strikeout. 1 down. And that brings up Stormin Gorman. 1-3. And that is a ballpark home run. Unfortunately, Stormin Gorman, the ballpark home run is going to cost him. Otherwise, all these other ones would have been home runs, but not the ballpark home run on this chance. So he will fly to left, and Rudy May escapes a big time trouble. And now Roy Howell will be called back, and the pinch hitter Don Money will be coming on to be the new DH since the lefty is in the game. So Roy Howell will leave, and Don Money is on. In '82, Money had 16 home runs, 55 RBIs, 16 home runs and just 275 at-bats. That extrapolates to over 30 home runs for a regular player. And he hit 284, slugging percentage 531. So pretty good for Don Money. And he hits well against lefties. So they're bringing him in to pinch hit for Roy Howell. And he will take over as the DH. Don Money. 2 outs, bases clear. Rudy May to Don Money. 4-7, struck him out, so it didn't help. 1-2-3 inning for Rudy May. We go to the 8th, and we'll get a new pitcher for the Brewers. It's Milwaukee 4, Yankees 3. Mcclure exits after 7 innings. And we will get right-hander Dwight Bernard coming in for the Brew Crew. Try to set up Raleigh Fingers, perhaps. Bernard, 3-1, 3.76 ERA and 6 saves for the Brew Crew. So he is on to pitch. And for the Yankees, it's Cerrone, Robertson, and Randolph. But the Yankees do have some lefties on the bench. So this may be time to start pinch hitting right here. And let's see how they want to play this. A whole bunch of lefties on the bench. Cerrone's coming out and Andre Robertson are both coming out. They will be pinch hit for. That's a guarantee. First guy up to pinch hit is going to be Bobby Mercer. He will hit for Cerrone, or will he? It might be Weiniger. Let's see. Actually, they're going to have Weiniger pinch hit because that's a straight transfer to the catcher. So Butch Weiniger has actually got a better average than does Mercer. So Weiniger will be the pinch hitter here in the 8th to face Dwight Bernard. And Weiniger is a 2+1 E3 T6 P1. So Butch Weiniger will be the first pinch hitter. And then we'll get a pinch hitter for Andre Robertson, and that will be Oscar Gamble. So Oscar Gamble will pinch hit for Andre Robertson. And then the new shortstop in the bottom half of the inning will be Roy Smalley. So Roy Smalley will take over and pinch at shortstop. And Roy Smalley at shortstop is a 4E16. Right now is Oscar Gamble, who will be facing Dwight Bernard after Butch Weiniger does. Weiniger the first of 2 pinch hitters, followed by Oscar Gamble, and then the top of the order and Willie Randolph. So Bernard to Weiniger. 5-3 for a switch hitter batting left is a ground ball first base X. That's Cooper. Cecil Cooper is a 1E5. We'll roll the D20 even though we don't necessarily need it, just to see if it's a ground ball C or not. 1-9 is probably a ground ball B of some sort. G2, I believe. 1-9, no, actually it's a G1, so it's ground ball A. So it's going to be an easy ground out there. The 10, there's no error on that. So it's a 3 unassisted turned in by Cecil Cooper. Now the man with the fro, Oscar Gamble, stepping up to pinch hit for Andre Robertson. Bernard, 110. Ballpark single check, but that's a 20. So it's just going to be a pop out to second base for out number 2. So both pinch hitters fail. And now the top of the order for Willie Randolph. 5-6, fly to center, and the inning is over. So Bernard pitches his 1 inning, and that will set it up for Raleigh Fingers in the 9th. And Fingers will at least have a 1-run lead. The Brewers would like to get an insurance run, if possible. We'll see how they want to do this. Rudy May went a 1-2-3 7th inning, so why not leave him out there? He's going to be facing Charlie Moore, Jim Gantner, and Paul Molitor here in the 8th. 4-3 Brew Crew on the game of the week, September 18th. Rudy May, 3-6 to Moore. Ground ball to third. Nettles is there, 1 away. Lefty on lefty now, Jim Gantner against Rudy May. 3-3. Foul out to the new catcher, Butch Weiniger. That's 2 down. And that'll bring up Paul Molitor. Rudy May has retired all 5 he has faced in relief. 3-6. And as soon as I say that, you knew it was going to be a base hit. Single for Paul Molitor. No shame there. Molitor hit .302 on the regular season. And he'll be looking to get a jump. He's going to definitely be looking to get a jump. Rudy May is a -2. The new catcher Weiniger is a +1, makes that a -1. So that would be an 18 if he got the jump. -2 for being held would be a 16. So he'd be a 1 to 16 if he can get that jump. He's going to try it 2 through 5 or a 12. It's a 4, so he gets the jump. And we said it's going to be a 1 to 16. So it's up to a 16, he will steal it. And he does. So Paul Molitor steals second base, which could be huge. He's in scoring position with 2 outs. He'll have to be held. And here's Robin Yount. Do you pitch to Yount against the lefty, or do you walk him and pitch to Cooper? Cooper, even though it's a lefty coming up, he's had a hot day, and Robin Yount has not. So they're going to pitch to Yount. They're going to go against the left-right split percentage chances. But that's a 2, chance for a balk or a pass ball. That's a 1. He has no balk rating, so there is no balk. So May will pitch to Yount in a big spot with Cooper on deck. May, 4-8. Fly ball to left, they got him. So they made the right decision to pitch to him. We go to the 9th here at County Stadium. The Brewers clinging to a 4-3 lead over the Yankees. Last chance for the Pinstripers. And it will be Raleigh Fingers coming on to try to save the game for the Brew Crew. Raleigh Fingers, 1982, 5-6 with a 2.60 ERA and 29 saves. Of course, he had some injury problems at the end of the season that kept him out of the World Series as well. So Raleigh Fingers coming on, and he will be facing Mumphrey, Griffey, and Winfield. Heart of the order for the Yankees, so he's going to have to earn this save. Mumphrey, of course, had that big home run against the Royals a couple weeks ago to win the game in extra innings, so one swing of the bat from him can certainly tie the game. 3-6, but he's going to strike out. So Mumphrey out on strikes, and the Brew Crew 2 outs away from extending their lead in the American League East. Here's Griffey against Fingers, 4-4. Catcher X. Catcher is Simmons. He's a 3-E-1. 3 and a 3. That could be interesting. That could be a base hit here. Let's see. 3 and a 3. Nope, it's a W/G. W/G. Let's see here. Nope. Nobody on base. There's no wild pitch. It's a squibber in front of the plate. He's going to throw him out unless there's an error. That's a 12. And he is an E1. So probably not an error. Nope. You need a 17 for an error. So it's good play. Simmons pouncing out, makes the play 2-3. And now it's all down to Dave Winfield. 2 Hall of Famers going at it here in the top of the 9th at County Stadium on this Saturday, September 18th, 1982 ball game. Top of the 9th, 4-3 Brewers. Trying to hold on. Winfield, the last obstacle in Raleigh Fingers' way for a save. Fingers, 6-12. Ground ball to third, and that's the ball game. Molitor fields it, throws to Cooper, and the ball game is over. History repeats itself as the Brew Crew win the game 4-3. They won it 6-4 in real life, but they win this one 4-3. Big play, in my opinion, was the error on Nettles that opened the floodgate for 3 runs. And losing pitcher, unfortunately, is Jay Howe. He pitched so well early through 5 innings, but that 6th inning, that error kind of caught up with him. Winning pitcher was Bob Mcclure, and the save to Raleigh Fingers. Let's move the cards out of the way and check the totals in the game for both teams. See what they came up with for the Yankees. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits. So the Yankees, 3 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. To get 3 runs and 10 hits means they probably left some guys on base. Let's see, left on base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 guys left on base. So that's not going to win you many games either when you start leaving guys on base. For the Brewers, hits-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They got 10 hits as well. Let's check their left on base. 1, 2, 3 in the first inning, left them loaded. 2 here in the second means 5. 1 here is 6. 1 here is 7. 1, 2 there is 9. And 1 there is 10. So they left on 10 as well. So both teams left runners out there for sure. But the Brew Crew was able to hang on for the victory. And what that does for the Brew Crew now, as we pull into the standings again, that puts them at 84 and 64, a game and a half ahead of the Orioles, depending on what the Orioles do in their game. Yankees now dropped to 77 and 71. They are now 7 games out, and I think we can pretty much do a RIP, rest in peace, for the Yankees for 82. It is now officially a 3-team race in the East. Might even be a 2-team race. If Boston loses their game, they would drop 4 games back. And so it's looking more and more like the big game next week, which is what we have next week, Baltimore and Milwaukee. That is the game of the week on the 25th, next Saturday. It'll be right here at County Stadium again. The Orioles and the Brewers, a great pitching matchup. Jim Palmer against Pete Vukovich. So be sure to tune in for that, as the pennant race is coming down to the wire here in the American League. And until next time, well, before I say that, I hope you are enjoying this Strat-O-Matic 1982 NBC Game of the Week replay. Not sure if I'm going to, how much I'm going to do as far as playoffs and stuff go, because I really want to get the inside pitch Washington Nationals thing complete. But I may do something with the playoffs. I'm not really sure. But again, the whole gist of this was the NBC Game of the Week was not a 1982 replay per se. And of course, the Game of the Week does not include playoffs. So I got to think about what I want to do with that. I'm not sure what I want to do with this actually. I might just go ahead and conclude it once I get to the end of the regular season. I haven't decided yet what I want to do with that. If I do with playoffs, of course, it won't be a Game of the Week thing. It'll just be 82 playoffs as a result of the Game of the Week. Anyway, enough rambling there. It's official now from Milwaukee. The Brewers defeat the Yankees 4-3. Until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, how we choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.